M0FXB, welcome back to the channel. Xiegu X6100, still an excellent device. I've seen that the price has definitely dropped since the X6200 came out. That looks like this, and I've used them both. Now I still completely rate the X6100, and you also get the R1 CBU firmware that will work on it as well, and that is very good. There's a snapshot from one of my videos.
What else was on there?
Even decodes and transmits FTA, plus a lot more, even GPS. So for this reason, I completely rate it. Now there are several firmwares. If you look here, you've got this the scope across the full screen. That's an older firmware. With the newer one, you get the audio oscilloscope. With the X6100, you still get the IQ out, and I think that's a very handy thing to have. I mean, in the newer firmware, you can't even enable it, but it's definitely there. DC in. Really, I would say you need a battery bank to go with this. The battery doesn't last very long on this, and it is a better battery and a removable battery on the X6200. But as for interfacing for FTA, FT4, you know, all that kind of stuff, there's plenty of connectors there on the X6100, and there's your SD card which you can use for loading firmware, which is really straightforward. You just put the image onto the SD card and turn it on. Even with the R1 CBUs or firmware update, once you take the SD card out, it reverts back to its original format. With the newer model, they have removed some of the buttons on top and put a plate there, but there's nothing underneath the plate, so I'd actually rather have the buttons. But you do get your PTT on both, on the top, which is nice, and underneath the tuning dial you get your there's a microphone there and a BNC antenna connector, so it can be almost like a walkie-talkie. And the other thing is that this one's 10 watts, not 8 watts. They both have excellent tuners, and they can both transmit and receive CW messages, voice messages as well, RTTY, BPSK. So you can do a hell of a lot with this set. When it arrives, it's got the sort of ICOM style mic. You've got the charger, which really is for charging the battery. You do have a power lead and USB-C. And yes, the USB-C allows you to connect a wired and wireless Bluetooth, if that makes any sense. Keyboard dongle, let's call it. So keyboard, mouse, etc. Even allows actually Ethernet, an Ethernet adapter, which I've used. So that's it really. I mean, I still completely rate the device. Yes, everyone's going to go, yeah, but it's got birdies, it's got that. Well, yes, there are birdies with the older firmware. They did get rid of most of them with the newer firmware, but it literally had no effect on using the radio. If you go out and you want to make some QRP contacts, CW, voice, you will make contacts and you'll get good reports. And to me, that's what matters, not the gossip and the repeated comments like it's got birdies or finish the firmware. It's just literally people repeating what they're hearing from lots of other hams that are also repeating it. It's a good set, and you know, if you can get one of these brand new for £500, I think you've done well. 7.3, all the best.